Am I the butthole for refusing to let my parents meet their grandchild? Hey Reddit, I'm in a bit of a moral dilemma and could use some advice. I 32F recently gave birth to my first child, a beautiful baby girl. It should be the happiest time of my life, but there's a massive cloud hanging over everything, and it's because of my parents. Growing up, my relationship with my parents was rough. To say the least, they were incredibly strict, emotionally distant, and often downright cruel. I'm talking about constant belittling, putting me down for everything I did, and never showing any real support or love. As a kid, I always felt like I was walking on eggshells around them. Nothing was ever good enough for them, whether it was my grades, the way I looked, or the friends I chose. It was always, why aren't you more like so and so's kid? It got even worse when I started dating my now husband, Mark 30 for M. My parents hated him. He's from a different cultural background, and they made no secret of their disapproval. They were passive aggressive, sometimes straight up racist, and refused to accept him into the family. When I announced that we were getting married, they told me I was making a mistake and that I would regret it. That really hurt, but by then, I was already used to their disapproval. Over time, I didn't go no contact, but I did go low contact. I would call or visit out of obligation, but I no longer shared personal details about my life with them. When I got pregnant, I didn't even tell them until I was 6 months along. Once they found out, their attitude shifted. Suddenly, they were all over me, talking about how excited they were to be grandparents and asking about baby names and nursery colors. It felt so fake, and I couldn't help but feel resentful. These are the same people who never supported me and who treated my husband terribly, and now they want to swoop in and play doting grandparents. When my daughter was born, I made the decision not to let them meet her. I feel like they haven't earned that right. My husband agrees with me, but now my parents are furious. They've been calling non-stop, leaving guilt-trippy messages about how every child deserves to know their grandparents and how I'm being unfair. They've even roped in other family members to harass me, saying that I'm depriving my daughter of a family experience. But here's the thing, I'm trying to protect my daughter from the toxicity I grew up with. I don't want her exposed to their judgmental, controlling behavior, and I certainly don't want them undermining my parenting or filling her head with their outdated, harmful views. On top of that, I don't trust that they won't treat her or my husband with the same disdain they showed me growing up. Some of my friends think I'm overreacting and that I should give my parents a chance. They argue that people can change and that my parents might be different as grandparents than they were as parents. I'm not so sure. So Reddit, am I the butthole for refusing to let my parents meet their grandchild? Should I give them the chance to be part of her life, or am I right to keep my distance for the sake of my family's mental health and well-being?